Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to our series of the Master UFO Action Plan and 53 Challenge webinar. This week we are going to be talking about the importance of training the GMTSS and how to sell tickets. I think it's quite timely, considering that we just came out and returned from one of the best trainings that we've ever had and ever put together as a company at the 30th anniversary of our international convention. 30 years, it's a big deal. We've been doing this a long time. We've got lots to celebrate, but more importantly, I want to celebrate you, the unfranchised owners who have taken the time to continue to stay focused and stay the course with the 53 challenge. Now, tonight's session, I was originally supposed to do this with my partner and colleague Melanie Nelson, who unfortunately could not be here this evening, but she has blessed me with all of her, with all of her her notes, and also she had asked me to send her best wishes to everybody, that is on here with us this evening. We are streaming live on Facebook as well as going live on Zoom webinar. So welcome everybody. Put in the chat. Great to see, as usual, great to see where you're tuning in from, where you're zooming in from. I see we've got some folks from Rock Hill, from Conway, from Parsonburg. We've got Angelica DeRossi from an RV office in Tyler. I mean, it's great to see you guys on here. Lancaster, what's up, Elizabeth? Hey, Jackie, great seeing you at the event, Jackie Blasco. So blessed to be able to spend some time with you. We've got Rosemary from Syracuse. We've got folks from Los Angeles tuning in as well. Wow, this is awesome. Great to see that everyone's continuing to stay focused and stay the course. We're going to kick off this training in just a bit. I'm going to try my best to keep this as concise as possible, no matter where you're from. I want to thank you for taking the time to continue continue on with our series. We're continuing July through September. This is our training outline. We are now on week 6 into the quarter, into Q3. Can you believe it is Q3 already? So today we're going to talk about the importance of training the GMTSS and how to sell tickets. So as I have mentioned, this is a big deal that you're striving and continuing to stay consistent, with your accountability groups. I want to take a moment to congratulate all of our members that are featured on our leaderboard in the company. So let's take a look. We've got our worldwide leaderboards, whether across all 5 categories: new personally sponsored qualified UFOs, new BV sales, exposing the business plan, personal orders from partner stores, and also new registration of customers. These are our worldwide leaders. Shout out to Emily Panito for personally sponsoring 12 unfranchised owners, qualified unfranchised owners, since the start of the 53 challenge. Shout out to Carmen Ames for generating 32,635 BV in new BV sales. Carmen Ames again for exposing the business plan 285 times, and our partner in Taiwan, who has matched that 285 times as well. Also, congratulations to our partners in Taiwan, Anna and also Annie Vidal, Melissa Missler, on registering new preferred customers. Great to see Lisa One on here, Alexandra Cummings. And the list goes on and on. Really awesome job. We have folks from all over the world participating and being featured and being recognized on our 53 challenge leaderboard. Great job. And to all of you that are continuing to submit your weekly accountability reports week after week to your team captains, to your teams, to continue to stay on the course. Now, for everybody that is not participating yet, if you've got teammates teammates that are thinking, should I get on, or should I wait for the next opportunity? Don't wait. It's not too late to participate and to accept the challenge. We still have, we are almost 2 quarters. We're 6 weeks into the second quarter of us doing this. So we've got about 20, we got more than 20 something, 30 something weeks left of the 53 challenge. Let's keep at it. And a lot can change if we give it our all for the next 30 weeks to stay focused with the program. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this evening about the GMTSS and also, the tickets that make up for the GMTSS. So the GMTSS really consists of, as many of you may know, we consist of an open training system, which includes our unfranchised business presentations and local seminars on a local geographic level. It also includes regional conventions and district conventions on a larger scale, and official division trainings. Now, of course, all of these official division trainings, regional conventions, district conventions, UBPs, and local seminars feed into our major events, our international conventions, and our prior to this, it was World Conference. Moving forward, we've got Leadership School in March of next year. So this open training system makes it possible for any average person to build a successful unfranchised business, because we take the guesswork out of it and make sure that everyone gets the same access to the resources that's needed to build a successful and a lasting organization and business with marketamericanshop.com. So, with that, we just came out from a tremendous international convention. I don't know how many of you felt this, but anyone felt that, who here wished that you had one more person there? Anybody on this call? If you do, put that in the chat. That's right. I see you, Angelica. I see you, Scott. Greg wishes he's got 10 more. So the real question we got to ask ourselves is, knowing our GMTSS and knowing that there is this tool, this system for us to leverage, why do you think it is important to attend these trainings? Can somebody put in the chat why you think it's important to attend? We're going to take a couple of moments to read some of these answers. Katrina Norlander says exposure. Christine Jones, belief. Jackie Blasco, build belief. Sarah, to build belief. To Angelica, to leverage. Kui, to leverage our experts and leader. Oh, by the way, Kui, congratulations on hitting professional coordinator for this event. Huge shout out to you and your wife for what you've done. It's great job. You're doing Canada proud. Elizabeth Kent on building belief. Tammy Parrish attending the event to help others and help inspire others. Diana supporting the team members and new prospects and partners. And it is just having more fun. If we all attend together, it really is a important. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that tonight. But I've got, yes, exactly. Thank you, Angelica. So many great answers here in the chat. Thankfully, I believe the chat will be saved because I'm saving this for my own reference in the future. But we do have, here's a little snippet of what you made. Wasn't it great? And that was just highlights from one of the days at our international convention. Wasn't it great just being there with everybody, and being in person together again? Finally, the one of my favorite segments was from building the ABC pattern from J.R. Ridinger and the team. Lots of great trainings that help us steer us back on course when we do lose our way. That's one of the many benefits that we get from attending these events. So if you missed out on it, we certainly did miss you, but we do hope to see you at the next major event that the company is putting out. But here's the thing: like, we've got to all of that doesn't just happen. It takes work, and it's work that you've put into it, it's work that the company put into it. We've got to move tickets to events to continue, again, to make sure our team stays educated, keeps up to date, and we stay united. So many great answers that came out in the chat earlier. It builds belief for everybody. And you know what? There's many ways and many times are great opportunities for us to sell tickets. By the way, did you know that selling tickets are one of the 3 or 4 top activities that you could be doing to produce results in your business? So the best time to sell tickets are, after showing the plan as a follow-up, or even in the follow-up, after the Unfranchised Business presentation, as we're telling people, look, we're getting you to evaluate the business. The best way to evaluate it is to attend one of our upcoming events, selling it after the UBP, selling it during the unfranchised registration, and letting people know up front, right when we're partnering with them, look, it's not your money we want, it's your belief, and we're launching your business, we're registering your business, not for you to just be following the day-to-day operations of what we're doing, but for you to eventually become a business partner with us, where we're leading the team together. So it's important to let them know during the unfranchised registration, this is a non-negotiable thing, which is to attend the next upcoming events. We want to create a sense of urgency, let people know, look, the tickets will sell out. I've only got 3 tickets to the next one. So one of them is for myself. I've got to make sure that if you want to partner with me in the next 6 months, you need to make sure that you secure your ticket as well. And don't make it so that, hey, don't tell your new partner or new prospect that tickets will always be available, because they won't, especially for this next upcoming one. We're seeing all over the country right now, events, in-person events are selling out, at least for the Toronto area where I'm building. The tickets become scarce. And I know we've got some folks here from Taiwan. Tickets sell out within seconds when they are made available in Taiwan. So there is a scarcity aspect to it. So do create a sense of urgency when you're moving tickets. Sell tickets during call workshops. It's always great energy when we're together, making phone calls, booking appointments, booking meetings, and also not just calling people to book appointments to show the business plan, and also calling some people for follow-ups, to set up the follow-ups, or calling some existing or some stable and waiting business partners to make sure that they've secured a ticket to the next event. I'd reach out to some of my partners that didn't make it to this past event to say, hey, we really missed you at the international convention. It was a tremendous life-changing event for me and for a lot of us that were there. Look, I would hate to miss you at the next one. Fortunately, I've purchased two extra tickets to the next event, and one of them has your name on it. Can we talk? Can we get together? Reach out to some existing stable and waiting partners and ask them if they still remember their goals and still remember their dreams, because that's what it's all about for us. Moving tickets is about not just about educating our team, but also to make sure that people get their belief in what they're doing and get their belief in themselves. Such a such a much needed such a much needed asset to the business. Now, I'm going to share personally, what I found the power of a ticket to be. When I first launched my business, I thought I saw the business plan just like many of you, and I thought it was a great idea. I thought it made sense, and I thought it was a cool way to make some extra income and to learn some things from the company. That was it. I launched my business, and very quickly, the first, one of the first tasks that I was assigned to do was to put a names list together. Put a names list of about 20 people that I knew. I knew about 20 people in Canada, immediately I went out, and I didn't listen to my senior partners right away. I went out and I called one of the first persons on my list. His name is Henry, and I called Henry and I said, "Hey, I've started this business. Would love for you to take a look at it. I think it's gonna make a lot of money. I'm really fortunate to be working with some great people. Can we talk?" And he says, "All right, well, sure. What is it about? And what's the name of the company?" And I told Henry the name of the company. I told him it's called Market America. And he says, "Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about Market America in from the United States, right?" I says, "Yes." And he said, "Well, be careful of what you're doing, because my parents tried that over 10 years ago, and they didn't make any money with the business." And what do you think that did to my belief right from the get-go? That was the first person I talked to. I was highly enthusiastic, and immediately, you guessed it, my enthusiasm crashed, and my belief in myself, my belief in the company, it didn't really get to manifest. So because of that, the confidence level that I had was low, simply because somebody of a he said she said moment with somebody that may or may not have known a lot about the company. And so because of that, I was really reserved and didn't do much for the first couple of months. Luckily, my senior partner had told me that, "Look, if you want to launch the business, you've got to do this right and attend a convention that's coming up." I had already secured, so I had secured a ticket to attend an international convention. When I attended that convention, you got to see the corporate team, and I got to see the vision of the company. I got to see the different projects that the company had lined up. I got to see the new launches of the technology and of the products that were brought on. I got to see health practitioners, doctors, experts in their field come on our stage and talk about how great some of our products are. That brought a lot of credibility, brought a lot of belief. I got to see people that some of them didn't even speak English were able to make income with the company. That boosted my confidence up and boosted the belief, because, ladies and gentlemen, the business that we have in building an organization really takes leadership. And what attending events, whether it be a local seminar, whether it be unfranchised business presentations, whether it be regional conventions, district conferences, or whether it be our international conventions or our leadership schools, builds up confidence and builds up belief, so that we can be put in a position of leadership. And as John C. Maxwell said, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. It is the ability to obtain followers. And when the leader lacks confidence, just like I lacked confidence in the beginning, the followers have no commitment. In fact, I didn't have any many followers in the beginning. A leader is great not because of his or her power, but because of his or her ability to empower others. And this is what the ticket does. That to me is the power of the ticket. It builds and creates leadership by instilling confidence in each and every one of your business partners. So with that, what is the power of three? At many events and a number of events, we need to make it a habit of not just acquiring one ticket, but acquiring three tickets. This is not this is done habitually for the legends and the people that have built the business successfully. We get three tickets because one is for ourselves and two others is for two new people to the next event. And quite simply put, after my first event, I purchased three tickets, and I came back. Now I put the charge of the three tickets on my credit card, and I didn't have that much money saved up. So after coming back from the first event, guess what I was scrambling to do? I was scrambling to sell the other two tickets, right? So I spoke to a good friend of mine, Victor, who had already turned me down in the business, already turned me down and said, there's no way you could be successful at this. Less than 20 people in Canada, and you're a visa student, and there's no way you could do it. And so after attending my first event, I made sure I did my research. I made sure I took notes, and I made sure I talked to different people at the convention. I knew I knew not just from a knowledge standpoint, but also from a gut check standpoint that this was the right thing. So I told one of my best friends, Victor, I said, I know you had said no to the business earlier, but I need you to take another look at it, and I need you to evaluate this properly by attending the next event. Because if you don't, I feel like I would have failed you. I feel like I have failed you as a friend for not conveying the right information. And you deserve to know the right information. And with that, Victor said, great, when's the next one? And then he looked into the business with pure pure focus and intent, because it wasn't about preconceived notions anymore. He knew that I had done my research. So Victor launched his business today. He's he is one of the supervising coordinators that I have in my organization. But the power of three really is, what Victor didn't know was that he attended the next event and became and rose up into a leadership position at the next event. And the reason for that was because he found the belief in the company, and he found the belief in the products, and he found the belief in himself. He came up to me after his first convention, shook my hand, gave me a hug, and thanked me. I don't know if you're watching this, Victor. I don't know if you remember that. But let me tell you something. What Victor didn't know was that I needed to move that ticket because I needed to because I had purchased three ahead of time. I needed to move that ticket, and if I didn't purchase it, maybe I never would have sold a ticket to Victor. So the power of three really is is something else. Get more tickets than what you need. This will put you in a position to grow your business and grow your organization, instead of just maintaining your business and maintaining your organization size at whatever size it's at. So that, folks, is I feel personally the power of purchasing tickets for growth, not for maintenance. Now, when we attend, my good friend Melanie Nelson told me we've got to attend with our bells on. And what does bells stand for? Many of you had mentioned it earlier in the chat already. It stands for building belief, because we are because we need to get belief to get into that position of leadership. A is for experience. Experience what? The positive atmosphere, the team, experience the bonding, the celebrations, the aha moments together. Nothing quite like, something snapping, snapping in your cerebral cortex, and somebody somebody hitting you on the elbow and saying, hey, that's a great point. Be sure to remember the aha moments stick better when we experience them together. We experience the positive moments, the team, the bonding. We're there to learn as well, to expand our knowledge on our business and also on the products and services that we offer as a business owner. We're there to leverage the system to train and duplicate our team with. And this is a big one because it takes third-party credibility. Hearing something 7 different ways from 7 different people is what makes things stick. And if you attend an event and a session, a local seminar is 5 or 6 hours, but if you attend the event with 10 people, that 5 hours or that 6 hours becomes 50 or 60 hours worth of production that's happening in your business. So you're leveraging time and leveraging the system. And I love the system, the acronym that Drayton Hodo shared at the International Convention for a system, which is save yourself serious time, energy, and money. And the systems to success is by leveraging the events. Just like any educational system, we've got experts teaching, we've got mastery, and we've got people generating better results in your business because we're following the system, not following one particular person. So that's why we attend with our bells on, and we want to continue to build from event to event. Well, here are our steps for building from event to event. Now we've just came out of a historic international convention. We want to put our big rocks into our calendars first, meaning the next major event, which is the local seminar that's happening in March. So the 1st of March, the first weekend of March, make sure we got those dates booked off in our calendars today. We want to also book off our upcoming regionals. We know we have several regionals that happen in North America in October. We also want to book off our local seminars. And the reason we want to have these, in our calendars, because these are going to be checkpoints for you to bring your teams, to grow your team from event to event. In between these big events, what we're doing is we're engaging in weekly appointments, whether it's 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s, home business presentations, getting people to UBPs, getting people to product previews, getting people to general product trainings, and inviting people into your home and Zoom events to build into the bigger ones. And, remember, at every step of the way, these are opportunities for us to sell tickets. This is what we mean by plugging into the system. We're not just doing our little home events. We're not just doing our 2-on-1s and 1-on-1s, but we've got an actual roadmap or an actual plan to get them in front of our bigger events and in front of other people. So here's a pro tip that I learned, throughout the years. If it's all about credibility, it's all about, perspective. The best way to build that is to keep putting our new people in front of other people, not to be the issue, not to be the tool, but to use and leverage the tools. If we keep putting our new people in front of other people, we know we're on the right track. So here's a good checkpoint for us to try to identify. Think to yourself, with my new people that I've been working with, did I continue to put them in front of new people, or did I continue to be the person that's training and doing all the heavy lifting? If it's the former, then you're on the right track. If it's the latter, don't worry. It's great that you're able to train and lead your team, but it may take a little bit of an adjustment for you to get from being very active, to getting into a more leadership role in your teams. Get people. We got to be professional introducers and get people in front of people. Now let's talk real quick about the actual activity of selling tickets, because that's one of the main topics this evening. Is about how to sell tickets well. The first thing is you can't, the first thing that I learned is that you can't sell a ticket that you don't have. So the first thing is how to sell tickets, to make sure we buy the tickets we need, whether it be for leadership school, whether it be for an upcoming regional convention, whether it be for a national convention if you're in any of the other markets, or whether it be for a local seminar that's coming up. The number one thing we want to do is to make sure we purchase the tickets that we need first. Once that's done, we've got to go through, the motions, go through the meetings, whether it be starting with product previews or whether it be showing the business plan. And it's a great follow-up tool, and we want to set up expectations, right? But when we're doing the meetings, if our prospects are nodding their head, they're leaning towards a yes, they're leaning towards becoming a bona fide unfranchised owner or business partner with you. Here's your opportunity to say, this is your next step. You want to take that ticket that you have, you want to slide it over and tap it. Says this is your next step. And why do we want to do that? This is crucial because especially for new people, they don't want consciously or subconsciously, people don't want to make the wrong decision. They want very clear and concise direction. This is as clear as it gets. Slide the ticket over, tap it, and says this is your next step. It's a funny thing. Like I've found out, like throughout the years, people are more afraid of making the wrong decision than not making a decision, and because of that, they end up not making a decision at all. So we're going to take that away, take that objection away, take that problem or take that issue away by telling them exactly what the right decision is, which is the next step, the ticket. Explain why. A lot of times you want to use your own personal testimonial, what the ticket has done or what the training has done for you in your success, in the business. You can also share other people's stories and share other people. You can also share why why you see so clearly that this would benefit them. It's always about them and how they would benefit. This is exactly why you need to be at the convention, because that will teach you everything you need to know, and that will help you leverage the systems that is put together by the company for you to get ahead. Now, the third is, don't ask would you like to pay for the ticket. Just build on the assumption, because that's how important this is. Build on the assumption that, look, if we are going to be working together, I'm expecting you to attend the next event, attend the next training. If you're not ready to build the business, great, you're enjoying the products, no problem. But if for anybody that's building, that is here to achieve a goal, I always assume that they're going to plug into the system. So the next question is now, how would you like to pay for it, or would you like to attend? That's not the next question. The next question is, so what's the best way, through cash, check, Venmo, or PayPal, or sometimes, especially if somebody is strapped financially, I have no problem setting up a pay plan. If you're able to do it, set up a pay plan with somebody where they could roll up their sleeves, sell some product, and allocate some of that retail profit to pay for the cost of the tickets. Because at the end of the day, there's no retail profit that gets made whenever we sell a ticket. At the end of the day, it's not their money that we want, it's their belief. And that's what the ticket does. And that's why we have to, initiate that response. I want to talk real quick about handling objections. Some people will have objections, like time objections. They will not be able to attend this time because, they don't have the time to do it. Well, a lot of the time, there will be, 99% of the time, it's not a matter of people not having the time. time, but it's a matter of people not being able to prioritize their goals. So we want to remind them, look, like you had told me earlier that this building this extra income would help you spend more time with the people that you love, would help you spend more time, be there for your kids. Now, has that changed or not? Is that still important for you or not? Let's make that a reason for you to succeed rather than an excuse for you not to. So let's prioritize some goals. Money, understanding the industry, in training, the quality of the training that you get. It usually a training like this, especially the large events that we have, the quality of it that you get would be worth thousands of dollars, if not more, for the ticket. So we're actually getting your best bang for your buck from a money perspective. So just looking at the at the training, professional training standpoint. But even if somebody doesn't have the money to attend the training or to purchase the tickets, guess what? It really is fortunate that we have a vehicle that can, that can be used to provide, to build some of that income, whether it be through retailing product and earning the retail profit, or pushing to complete a pay cycle through building the business. We can use the business to build up some cash flow that will pay for attending the events. But a lot of times it's a fear of the unknown. So we make it known. We become more known to them. We make it so that it's convenient, at least at the very beginning. You'll oftentimes find yourself playing the role of a travel agent. Say, hey, listen, if you're going to commit to attending the event in person, I'll commit to you, and I'll make sure that I'm going to assist with all of the arrangements, so you don't have to worry about anything. Because I've done this many times, because I've taken this route before. Let's do it together, and I'm gonna assist you in planning, booking, and making sure that you get a great experience. So taking away some of that is a great way to handle those objections. But last but not least, remember, each ticket that you move has a power in it, and whether it be building confidence in someone or creating a leader, all in all, what it comes down to is that many, if not all of the people that have succeeded in our business have attended and leveraged the major events, and in turn made their dreams come true. So look at it this way: one ticket is equal to one dream that will potentially be made possible because they find the belief in themselves, in their company, in the plan, and in the products, and are able to move forward with that. If we keep that in mind, we'll be able to change our perspective from I've got to do the work, I've got to sell tickets, I've got to build my business. Because what this does is that approaching our business this way, whether with I got to build, takes all of our blessings and wraps it up in stress. But instead of saying got to do the works, I've got to sell tickets, you keep in mind that each ticket that we move is a dream that can potentially be realized. We take that one letter O and change that to an E and say, I get to do the work. I get to sell tickets. I get to bless somebody today. And I get to build my business. And I get to move forward with purpose. It changes the perspective and changes the entire energy around that. Folks, with that, I'd like to thank you I'd like to thank you again for continuing to stay focused and stay the course with your business. Remember, here and now that we're attending, that we're building out from International Convention. Remember to get your tickets with you. Have your tickets with you at all times. A great time to move the ticket is after showing the plan, after the UBP, during the registration. Remember to create a sense of urgency. Get together with your teammates that were there with you at the event. Call workshops and call some today. Don't wait till tomorrow. I'm going to end this quick so that that we can get into doing a call workshop, calling some stable and waiting partners and making sure they're not missing the next event, and move that ticket. With that, I want to thank you again for your continued leadership, your continued commitment, staying accountable. Next week, we are proceeding with converting spending into earning IBV, a great segment to tune into. And I will close off, with this last video of the upcoming leadership school. Know this: you've got tons of videos and assets available to you that can help assist in moving tickets. All you've got to do is go to Market America's Facebook page, go to Market America's YouTube page, and look under videos. There'll be great insights here, whether, a great series that's put together is Unfranchised Owner Insights. Some of these talk about leadership school, why it's important to attend. Some of these have highlights. The video I showed earlier was a highlight of Friday, day 2 of a recap of Friday, day 2 of our past convention. You be sure to use these, send these to people that you want to make sure to get to the next events. You can learn from these moments, UFO's thoughts and advice. How does Market America's training compare to others? Others. There's several of these that were made. Great assets, great tools that you can watch, review, and also can share with people in your team and also with your prospects. So I'd like to close us off with this video, but thank you for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you plugged in again next week. Continue to stay focused and stay the course, and let's see this thing through and make Mr. Dennis Franks proud of our progress. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this last video.
I know where the power comes from.
I want you to become the change that you want to see.
Nobody does what Market America is doing.
You have the key to success.
I get goosebumps every time I think about the growth that we've had.
Everybody's economically connected.
MarketAmericanShop.com is the total package.
The lessons of history and evolution of society all point towards advancement.
Anything is possible with the right effort and the right plan.
Today we offer the very best in health and nutrition products.
Research has brought functionality.
The secret in life is people power.
People lead to people, customers lead to customers.
Let's change the world.
And the power is in this room and in the marketing plant.
Momentum's building. Now we can make the decisions with the unfranchised owners. Companies are always taking away. We're always giving.
Our program is designed to be adaptive.
This business gives me purpose.
Do you have the right mindset?
Are you going to lead the parade or follow the parade?
Do something with the time. It's never too late.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to seeing you at Leadership School. Take care, everybody. Remember to stay focused and stay the course.